Hello everyone, welcome to the part 3 of the Flutter WebView tutorial series. So in this part 3, we are going to be building another custom WebView application. So this is what we have been able to do. In example 1, we have been able to build this simple WebView app that just has a loading with some custom bottom navigation bar and a persistent footer button. So that's example 1. Please, if you haven't checked out the part 1, please kindly do so. The link will be in the description below. Okay, so this is what we have been able to do for the example 1 part. So if we click on a button that moves to the next page, it moves, but we don't see a loading stuff. It just moves to the page, and that's all for example 1. For example 2, it has a loading indicator on every load. So on every load, you are going to see a loading indicator above that the page is loading. Okay, so let's try and click a button that moves to another page and see if the loading still comes out. As you can see, it still starts another loading to show that this web page is loading up, and that's the awesomeness of the example 2. The example 2 also has a refresh button that you can refresh the page, and you can see the load indicator still show after reloading the page also. So for example 3 now, this is what we are going to be doing. I've already built an example out for this. So for example 3, we are going to be building something like this. Okay, for example 3, this is what we are going to be building. As you can see, this is a custom bar. It has a pop-up menu button with some features and a search that you can input your custom URL, and that's that. So let's dive straight into the series. So first of all, we already have our example 2 file. We have to create our example 3 also. Example 3. So let's just name this example 3 dot. In case you don't know what you are trying to do here, please kindly watch the example 1 from the intro to example 1 and example 2, so you won't run into an error, because we are using a package called Flutter in-app WebView and Flutter WebView plugin to display the example 1 WebView app and example 2. So we are still going to be using these two packages for example 3 and example 4. So please kindly watch the example 1 tutorial and example 2, and basically the intro through, so as to get what we are trying to do here. So for example 3 now, to achieve what we want to achieve, if you check the official documentation of this package, Flutter in-app WebView, and just open it. Okay, so as you can see, this is what was written in the documentation. In-app browser class, they have this controller and some future methods. So this is all. We can just copy and paste this, but for explanation purpose, we are going to write ours from scratch, because we are not going to need all this unwanted code. So let's just, you can just check it out and read more about what this phase is all about. So that's that. As you can see, this is an example of screenshot of iOS, how it works on iOS and how it works on Android. So let's get started. In example 3 now, we are going to declare class. First of all, let's import the package that is called Flutter in-app WebView. Okay, and that's it. So we are going to create a class. Let me just close this. We're going to create a class. And call the name of the class. I'm just coming. For example, one we call web view example 3. Just call it web view web example 3, and it will extend the package called in-app browser. So in our in-app browser now, we are going to call some feature method that we are going to be using in the WebView app. So now we are going to override this method. Override feature. Sorry about that. Override feature on browser created, because it's a feature, so we are going to use asynchronous. So async, and that's all. We are going to declare another one on load start. So override also. Override. So feature on load start. The same thing. This one accept a string, so we are just going to put URL, the URL, and asynchronous also. That's all. I'm going to go on load stop also. On load stop, overriding the method, then feature on load stop, then the URL also, the URL, then asynchronous, and that's all. Then after that, we are going to call on load error in case the web page has an error. So we are going to get the message that okay, this web page has an error. So put that on load error. This will take in the URL, an integer, and a message, a string message. So let's just call it URL, then code and message, and that's all. Sorry, I think this one shouldn't. This one is a function, sure, not a feature function. This one should be a function on its own. So it should be like this. Load error, and that's all. This is a string. If you over this guy, you can see this is a string, integer, and a string, integer message, and that's that. So after this, we are going to call on progress change also. So for the loading indicator, so override this one also is a function, so not a feature function. So we are going to call our void and on progress change, with an integer. I think progress change. Okay, so an integer. What is this? What is there? Package. So let's turn it to an asynchronous. Okay, so let's just I think it's accepting an integer, so let's just call it progress, and that's okay. It's because of an integer called progress, and that's all. There's another one on exit. When the user closes the web page, override void on exist. This one does not have anything inside, so that's all. Then we have should override loading action. That's a feature method. So you can check it out. It's on the documentation here. So is it on should override loading action. So this is it. It's going to print out some method here. So let's just override and feature. I think I should be able to get the spelling right. Should override URL loading action. Okay, I think that's feature. Okay, so let's just give it the same as this. Should override URL loading. I think let's just give it loading like that and close the open the bracket. Inside the bracket you are going to call another sorry the bracket. Okay, so let's just open it and call this one. Let's just copy it. So this one is going to be a request instead of action. Going to be a request. Okay, so request and then same as this. Let's copy this also and change it to a lowercase. So because the feature, I'm going to turn this to an asynchronous and open a bracket. Then we'll return the action to allow the web page to run. So just return this, the action sorry, let me check the abstract documentation. Should allow. Should just allow and done. Unload. There's another one too. We can just print that for purpose sake. Okay, sorry about that. I'm really sorry. Okay, so let's just try and finish this up. There's another one remaining. Unload resource. That's a function. Unload resource. Then let's just call it response. If you override it, it takes in a loaded resources. You can read more about all the widget that the stuff is taking in when you override each of this guy, and that's all. On console, override on console. Console message. Should be the message that you are going to be receiving from the console. Another thing you can do is that you can just print out all the message inside here. So when the web page load finish, you are going to get the input in each data. So you can just print each of them out, and that's all. So now, since we have got this created this class that extend the in-app browser, so now on this example 3 button, that's our home page. So now to navigate to this class, we are going to call the class above. Again, I'm just going to declare the class here, and then final, then the name of the class. Let me just copy it. Web example. We can name it. We can name it anything. Let's just call it nav browser. Okay, nav browser is equal to our class name again, and that's all. So let's import this page. If you get a bell like an icon like this, just click on it and import library, and that's all. So import library, let me close this, and that's all. So in our example 3 button now, on press of it, just try and close all this, on press. Okay, so on press of this example 3 now, we are just going to call the final variable we declare here in our browser, dot. If you click on dot, it has many other stuff like dot open. This is the class, the method we declare in the example 3, the unload error, on browser creator, on console, on message, all this stuff. You can check it out. So in our browser, then open. Now it has a lot. It has 3 main open stuff. So open data. I don't know what it's all about. Open data. It then as a context, blah blah blah. You can read about this. We are not working on this, so you can read about this later. So let me just go straight to the point. On open file, for this file, assuming you download the web page, like I download on Chrome now, you can save a web page. So now if you save it as .html, then you import it to you create an assets folder. You just create an assets folder and import it in your prospect as like an image here, Then here now you can just open file, then the name of assets file, then you just click the name of the asset and the name of the file text.html, something like this. Then you can open the web page without any internet access, and that's since you already download the web page. Okay, that's another very good example. But for this tutorial, we're going to be open via URL. So open URL. So the URL should be just click opens.net. This is the name of the URL we are navigating to, and that's all. That's all. We are just opening this the class we created here. As you can see, is extend this in our browser. So this in our browser, we declare a final here that's called the name of the class, web example 3, that's called the name of this class, that has all this information. Then we are using it in our home page. So then we called the final variable and open the URL, and that's all. So let's just refresh the page now. Let me close this. Let's refresh the page. Okay, so if you click on example 3 now, you can see this on example 3 button. If you click on example 3 now, then we get this. As you can see, as you can see, we didn't create any upper, we didn't create any search button, we didn't create any pop menu. Everything is created by itself via all this stuff we created, we call, and the built-in function on this in our browser, and that's awesome. So it has a search here. You can input another URL. If you click on another button that navigates to another page, it's going to load normally like a real web web application. As you can see, it loads, and that's awesome. You can still it has some items. You can go back, go forward, share, reload, and close. So if you want to search for another URL, you can just another URL now, so and just head over to which okay, let me just go to my Medium post. That's Medium. Let's go. Okay, you can see it's going to load the web page up, and this is awesome. As you can see, this is really awesome. It's really awesome, and that's all for this example 3 Flutter WebView tutorial. You can check some other features out on this app browser. So you can close it, you can reload, you can share, you can try all this out. So let's just close it, and it navigates back to the home page. So that's all for this part 3 WebView tutorial. So kindly subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification so you can receive updates when I upload the example 4 also. So turn on the notification, share the video, kindly like also, and if you enjoy the series, kindly leave a comment. Leave a comment to let me know if I need to work on some parts of the video that are not that okay. So thanks and see you in the next YouTube video. Bye.